Okay.
Thank you again for doing this. So I'm just going to make sure that we are streaming live and then we'll be good to go. And we are live. I am so glad to be with you today, Dr. Priscilla Wood. Dr. Priscilla Wood. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Dr. Chanel T. Smith, your favorite doctoral expert, and you are here live witnessing a client success interview. You are looking at the newly mentored, as in Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 days, Dr. Priscilla Wood. So I appreciate you taking the time to be with us to share your story of doctoral triumph, right?
Yes.
With the world, right? So tell us who you are, and what field you received your doctorate.
So I am Priscilla, Dr. Priscilla J. Wood. I received my doctoral in organizational leadership and human resource development with an emphasis on law. So I got this degree to help me as far as moving towards an education and law.
Okay. And how did you get to wanting to do that topic or in that?
Well, I always wanted to deal in law, and I knew at some point I wanted to be in the realm of education because I feel like the root of education will help many people with societal problems, including mass incarceration, criminal problems. So that's what started my journey. And I knew that it had to start with the children to stop the preschool to prison pipeline we always hear about. So that's where it got me generated at. So,
and we talked a lot about that. You just actually answered the second question. What is your why? And the preschool to prison pipeline is unfortunately burgeoning. And so we definitely need and want your research and your scholarship. So I really appreciate you doing that. Have you decided whether or not you're going to create a curriculum or change policy or write a book or anything?
Definitely in policy. Actually, my book comes out December 2022. It's on pre-sale right now. I co-authored with my professors.
I'm sorry.
I just got the news yesterday. I didn't even get a chance to tell you. I told many people.
That is awesome.
Someone sent me the link. So a couple of books are coming out that I've co-authored with my professors and co-chairs and other colleagues. So
just a couple, right? Just a couple of books that
no, it's not just me writing the whole book.
But you contributed it. So
yes,
that is
absolutely.
awesome. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
I feel like this is partly, I feel like I came along for the journey, but I'm just like, I'm so proud of her.
Thank you. You're very instrumental in this journey. There's no possible way the marathon that I was running on my own would have happened the way it needed to without you. So you're very instrumental in making this happen for me my husband to save.
That was funny. It has been truly an honor. Like I always say, I can give you all the strategies and tips and advice out the wazoo, but if you don't implement, they're not going to work.
It won't happen.
So you did the work. So I commend you for that. And you are definitely setting an example for many doctoral students in the pipeline, those who are listening to your story right now. So what transformation, right, happened in your doctoral program and in your life since you made the decision to invest in yourself?
Things have moved very quick, very in a form that I couldn't have done by myself. Like I said, not that I'm not hold myself accountable, not that I can't do the work. I was paralyzing myself with imposter syndrome and sitting there and you holding me accountable and telling me just hit send.
Like, in the most gentle way, though.
Just do it. What could happen? Like you're going to get edits back. That's the thing. You're going to get edits back. But I couldn't get out of my own head that it had to be so perfect. Like this was going to be the one. And as many doctoral students you go through, you're sitting with that. It's just good enough. This is good enough. Is this good? Well, you won't know unless you hit send.
That's right. Can you say that one more time for the people?
You won't even know if this is good enough, if this will work until you hit send. And I
Right.
just kept sitting on it, sitting on it. The coursework I went through with no problem. I was in there 3 years straight, just no summers off. Came to dissertation, comps exam, I was fine as well. It was a little tense, but I made it through on my own. Got to dissertation problem. Like, where am I? Like, it was like Alice in Wonderland. And
It's
I
a
needed
different world.
help and I couldn't get out of my own head. And as you know, my husband dug me out and found you and was just like, we hiring her. How much she costs, I don't care. We put a house up. So we get her because
You
she
did
got to
not
get
have to
out.
put your house up. Stop scaring people.
No, no. Like he was just so animated about getting out of it because he could just see the worry, the stress. And
Yeah.
once you decided to take me on, it was such a relief. And just to know that you had done it and was able to guide me in a way. Mentorship, actually, I could have appreciated really honestly very early on. I really could have really maybe have done much more had I known that in a way that not sitting with so much imposter syndrome, knowing that the feelings that I'm having are okay, they're normal.
Right. They're
But we didn't
normal.
have that. We were swimming, it was a blind leading the blind. I had a very great cohort and we
Yeah.
stuck together and we just kind of went in the fire and with no
Yeah.
resource to say, this is okay, this is what you're feeling. Not that our professors weren't great, not that our chair wasn't great, but it wasn't what we were seeking. We were seeking that 101 peer type of feel, like, and our professors were doing exactly what they needed to do. So I will say that, but we wanted that newly, like, okay, we made it to the program. So there's something, but we
Yeah, you
just
got
needed
it.
something else. And this program is that for those that need that extra push and just anybody going through a doctoral program that just needs someone to say, okay, you're in the right direction. You're here, you're there, that feeling that you're feeling, everybody has that.
Everyone has it.
And
But
we
that's
talk
the
about
thing.
that so much. We didn't have the community with another person who had went through the program, not
Right.
even the higher students that just graduated. It wasn't like we had a connection with them to talk to them and real back. So definitely this program was the one to make sure propel my already self-initiation to get through this program.
Thank you for sharing that. And it's so true because a lot of doctoral students don't share, number one, that they're struggling, don't ask for help, right? But imposter syndrome is so real. And as I say, it doesn't end once you earn your degree, right? Because then you're wondering, who are you comparing yourself against with your colleagues, or what more do
Right.
you need to learn? And am I built for this? Do I have what it takes? A
Mhm.
lot of helping you get through your doctoral program, even your dissertation, is mental.
Yes.
Getting out of your own way, letting you know that, yes, while imposter syndrome is real, so are your abilities, right?
Yes.
Even though seeing that email in there saying, edits returned is going to be scary. But if you don't open it, the longer you wait, the longer you're going to be in your program. When in fact, as soon as you open it, edits, I say it leads to progress. It leads to progress. And I love getting a lot of edits because that's less thinking I need to do. They're telling me how to fix it. And you go on from there.
I appreciate the edits too. I appreciate the
Yes.
edits too. It tells you exactly what you need, what needs to be done. And by the time you get to the end, it's very little that you have to do.
Right. Exactly. And as I've been telling a lot of people in my lives, is that I have a client who their response, their feedback is nice try. Nice try. So they have to figure out where they went wrong, what the advisor or the committee wants from them. And it's a toss up if they're fixing the right things. So I'm glad that you had the advisors and the committee that you did who supported you and helped you in that way. So,
and let me say this, the action plans that you designed, the action plans. Listen, the action plans, it's amazing. I want one for my everyday life. Can you come on board and just
and
give
I
me?
do that. I do that too.
Yes. So the action plans, for those that have not had one, I make my own action plans, but not the ones that you do. And I've adopted like your design to say every minute of the day needs to have a purpose. And that's what you did.
Including self-care and rest.
Right. Every minute of the day that includes lifestyle, family, having that time. And when life shows up and it needs to shift, you still have that space. But
Right.
I used to book my lifestyle where school was the priority, and most doctoral students do.
Mm-hmm.
And you wake up after your coursework done and be like, life happened and I didn't even know.
Right.
And that's what happened to me. Things have happened. People have gotten married. Children came along. People
Yeah.
have went through, and you're like, oh my goodness, like things
Right.
have happened. And so your program for those that start at the beginning will experience life and their doctoral work
Yes.
at the same time, which most doctoral students don't think about that.
Right.
And that's not our natural inkling to think in
It's
that way.
it's like you get sucked into this bubble and all you eat, sleep, and breathe doctoral program. You
That's
forget
all you do.
that there is life outside of it.
You can't even have a conversation without doing dissertation. Yes, my dissertation. What do you want for breakfast? Well, the theorist said that he ate breakfast. Who are you talking about, man?
Right.
Do you
Right.
want? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your life, and you don't include that your family lifestyle of that. So your action plan for me and my family was the one that helped us survive the last few months.
Yeah, because it's all about prioritizing. I do not believe in a work-life balance. As well, I've told you plenty of times, anytime that my work balances or supersedes family, something's wrong.
Yes.
Because family and self-care should always come first. So yeah, when we created that plan, that was the first thing we put on there, right? And even, I wanted you to put some self-care on there too,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's not so much of, making sure every second is accounted for, but like you said, God forbid something happens in those 2 hours you designated to do your work, you can't show up for that. You don't have to stress because you already know not only the next time you're going to work, but what you're going to be doing during that
Mm-hmm.
time, and
Mm-hmm.
still have time to play and live your life. So I'm so glad that you were able to implement that. And yes, you can use the same strategic action plan and just take out doctoral work and put in the next thing that you intend to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I've done for clients who are faculty, those who are postdocs, master students. And I even have people work in corporate America saying, I'm following you because your strategies still work for me too. So I'm just glad that it was helpful to you, and just still so amazed at how you just kind of ran through your dissertation. Sometimes I was like, does she even need me? Like, she doesn't need me to do this. Because
No,
you
so
did it.
I'll say this, I like every doctoral student, we have that speed, but it's something that has to happen to put that battery in our back.
I
And you
like
were
that
that
analogy.
for us, me and my husband. So we always had it. We didn't get this far without having that, but something has to generate that power. And I had to get out of the way of myself to just let that happen. Just let her help you. And so it definitely was needed for sure. That I would still be stuck here twiddling my thumbs and not getting through the process. So for sure. But you put the battery in my back and I just went. So
I so like that analogy, the battery in the back. I love that. So I think
yes.
you may have already answered this question, but what is your most memorable moment or biggest takeaway from working in my private coaching program?
The biggest moment is that you helped me accountable, that you were always there and just to push forward and hit send. Please just hit send. Nothing's going to happen. That wasn't going to happen before. Just hit send. And once the first time I hit send, so that was the most memorable moment. The first time I hit send,
And
I
I said,
remember
how do you
feeling
feel?
gasp, happy, excited, and like, did that just happen? Hold up, I didn't write that right. I should have done something else, but it was already gone. There was nothing else to do. It was sent. So just hitting send, I remember going through the roller coaster of emotions, but it was the most exhilarating feeling, the most empowering feeling that I could actually do it. And when I got my edits back, they were reasonable. It wasn't nothing crazy. It was
But you
very
wanted to
decent.
hold on to it because there
But
was
I
just
wanted
one
to
more
hold
book.
on.
There was just one more article. I want to read
Yes.
it again. I was like, you
Yes.
don't let that go.
Just
It's a
let it
done
go.
deal. And then you were just popping off chapters. So I sent that. What about, I sent that one already. And you did it.
Because you gave me a plan. And at that point, it's like ripping off the Band-Aid. Once you rip off the Band-Aid for me, I'm not dead. Okay, now we
All
can
right,
go.
I'm still alive. Okay,
Yes,
we're making progress.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. So
That
you
is
moved in
amazing.
chapter 2, chapter 3. Okay, I can do that.
I can do that. And you did it
Yes.
and got minted 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Full regalia.
For regard.
I'm so happy for you. So my last question to you is, given all the lessons you've learned so far, what's the number one tip or piece of advice that you can give our audience that will help them flourish in their own doctoral program?
Don't be afraid to ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. The further you go, the more we don't know, and we need the help. And sometimes we don't think we can ask for help because we made it to this point of higher learning that we feel as doctoral students, we shouldn't be asking for help. We should be the ones we're in the program because we need to learn. And as my professors have given me, stay teachable. And as I know now, it's okay to ask for help and get in her program. Get in her program. If you are lost, you're out there wondering like me, get in this program. This will help you. Literally, because I joined you in
You are my
November.
program.
I joined your program in November. I got done with my dissertation in April, and that's to include proposal and defense. And that was super fast. My professors were impressed. I was like, what happened? I hadn't heard from you. I thought you had left the scale because my comp exams came. Like I said, I was still flourishing. My comp exams came in February. We got done with them in April. So really my plan was when I first did it was April, I was supposed to start the dissertation process. And by December, I wanted to do my defense. Well, November is here and I hadn't even turned in my first chapter. And of course, I explained to my husband what my thoughts in my head were. And he looked at this like, November, what have you turned in? And he's like, no, we're not doing this. We're not staying in school this long, so we're getting out. And again, with that, while you're in school, you're still paying tuition.
Yeah.
You're still paying tuition that a lot of people don't know.
And that continuing dissertation fee is
that
not
continuing
cheap.
you're still paying for that. And my husband was ready to go. Cut that check. Yeah, we give that check to you instead of giving it to the school.
Well, I appreciate that. I hope you all got that tip. Ask for help. I'm constantly reminding you all that you are a doctoral student, a scholar in training, right? That's why you have advisors. But you're absolutely right, Dr. Wood, right? So when you, as a doctoral student, you think this is a terminal degree, I'm supposed to know this stuff. I can't be found out that I don't know something. And it's a vicious cycle. Right? Even starting in coursework, you don't want to ask the question. Then you run to Google, buy all of these extra books so you can like kind of catch up in your learning when you could have just simply asked the question, saved yourself a lot of time and kept going. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I just want to tell you how very honored I am and was to continue on this. Well, now it's not your doctoral journey anymore. It's your postdoctoral journey, going on the job market journey that we will continue. And I appreciate you for taking the time to share with our audience your journey, your I keep saying that word, but it is a journey, right?
It is a journey.
And how you did it and how you never gave up and you pushed and you got it done. So
I'm
again,
sad that our relationship it went quick.
It did go quick. It went really quickly, but I'll say again, I work with students and actually work with faculty and anyone postdoctorate. So our work doesn't have to end here, but I hear what you're saying. So if there are any of you out there in your doctoral program or you're a master's student considering a doctoral program, or a postdoc or faculty, and you are curious about if and how I can help you, if you are ready, really ready to invest in your own success, whether it's your doctoral success or your tenure portfolio, or even just simply needing an action plan, I would love to have a conversation. You can reach me via Facebook. You can direct message me, email me, and I will get in touch with you. This has been a client success story with Dr. Priscilla Wood. You all, if no one has told you yet today, you are brilliant. Everything you have and everything you need to earn your doctorate is already within you, even if that need is to ask for help. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank
Wood,
you.
and I
Thank
will
you.
see you soon.
Yes. Bye.